What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? Shout out to all my new subscribers on Let's Talk About It Now. I appreciate you. Appreciate your support. I am your host, Charles Chambers of Let's Talk About It Now. Hey guys, it's been a while since I've gone live. I will tell you, I've been taking care of a lot of personal business where my family is concerned. And I will tell you, I just had a fantastic birthday. Recently, that just passed. My wife of nearly 30 years, she surprised me with a cruise going to the Bahamas. I had never been on a cruise before in my life. And I will tell you guys, if you've never been on a cruise before in your life, I will tell you, it's one of those things that is absolutely addictive. I had such a good time, man. I will tell you, you're talking about relaxation, laying on the deck, and just on the lounge chair and looking up at the stars, hearing the water of the ocean, and it just kind of made all your problems just kind of go away. Anything that was stressing you just kind of went away, And I would advise any of you guys, if you've never been on a cruise before, go on a cruise. Some of you have probably already been on a cruise. And if you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's one of those things that you just can't get out of your head. And to be honest with you, I've already booked another one. I'm already booking another one and getting myself prepared to go on another one soon. Next month, if I can do it. Around the end of next month. So, yeah, man. A cruise that's the move. Really relaxation, man. Really a way to unwind and, turn it down a little bit and just relax. And my wife and I had a fantastic time on that cruise. And just had a good time, man. So again, shout out to all my new subscribers and shout out to all of you that have continued up to this point to support Let's Talk About It Now. I will continue. I will begin to put out more content for you guys. I've had a delay, and like I've always said in previous streams, we build it as we fly it, and I have certainly been building it as I fly it. Believe me. There's nothing easy about anything. So, and what's easy means there's no value in it anyway. So, again, I thank all of you for supporting this channel and supporting Let's Talk About It Now. Because this channel is for you. My goal and my intent is to give information, not from a point where I'm misunderstood. Misunderstood being that these talking points that you hear me have on this channel and many other channels like mine, where you ladies tend to see these talking points as an attack against you. Now, if you would listen, if you could just listen carefully and closely, without emotion, you would see and understand that the talking points is really to help you. You really would. You really would. I can recall when I was a kid and I got in trouble, like all young people do. I can recall getting spanked for bad behavior. And I remember one particular time where I was being spanked. I yelled out real loud. I said, "You don't love me anymore." Now, here's the delusion in that statement. Was I saying my mother didn't love me anymore because she truly didn't love me anymore? Or was I crying out because of the pain, which was the result of my bad behavior? I think the latter is more true. That I was crying out because of the pain that I was enduring because of my bad behavior. Now, here's the question. Did I earn it? Oh, absolutely. Looking back on it, I know I earned it. I know I earned it. But here's the funny thing. When a child cries out, "Mom, you don't love me anymore," because of a spanking based on bad behavior, they always tend to forget all the nights that they were fed, all the nights that they had a roof over their head, all the times that they were provided with clothing for school or otherwise. They tend to forget what real love looks like. What is that? Why is that important? Because these talking points is not to hurt, although I know they will. I know they will. Of course they will. Because none of us, including myself, like to hear the truth if in fact that truth applies to us. We tend to fight against truth that applies to us. So what I'm going to appeal to you, ladies that listen to this stream, and men that listen to this stream, to take notes. Take notes. I'm not coming from a vacuum. I'm a man that has been married nearly 30 years. So I want you ladies and gentlemen to listen to what I'm going to express tonight. It's not going to be a long stream. The title of the stream tonight is The Promises She Can Keep. The promises that she can keep. What are those promises? What are those promises? When you look at the current climate today and how the modern woman thinks, how she moves, how she behaves, how she communicates, how she interacts with men in general, she's making promises with every single act. And these are the promises that she can keep. But they're not the promises that she intended, but they are the promises that she can keep. If you look at today with, in terms of relationships, the modern woman today, she chooses childbirth over marriage. And I'm sure many of you understand that and see that as a reality. Ladies, you know that this is the truth. And the saddest part about this same truth is that you ladies celebrate women who decide to become single mothers. I just can't understand it. I can't wrap my head around it and to understand why you ladies tend to think this is a good idea. But I will tell you, if you pay attention to modern day time today, the modern woman, she celebrates single parenting. Not only does she celebrate single parenting, but she also celebrates broken marriages. She celebrates when a woman is married and it appears to be going well and it appears to be going in a functional way, in a functional manner, as opposed to dysfunctional. She tends to get excited more when she finds the relationship dissolving. And I will tell you, this is something I certainly do not understand. This is a glitch in the mindset. No doubt. This is a glitch in the mindset. It's really sad. It's really sad. There's a young lady right now who's 24 years of age. And I'm sure many of you ladies know who I'm talking about. Her name is Sexy Red. Well, Sexy Red produced a video on her Instagram story, very disturbing, where she revealed or leaked. You know, they like to say leaked, but I'm one of those individuals. I've never believed that a leaked video was actually leaked, as if the persons who participated in the video did not know the video was going to be leaked. I don't believe that. I believe that's cap all day. Oh yeah, no doubt. I think they knew the video was going to be leaked because they allowed the video to be leaked. So if I allow a video to get out publicly, was it leaked or did I release it? I mean, keeping everything 1,000. Was it leaked or did I release it? You know? Now, this same young lady who's tattooed all over her face, she's tattooed all over her chest, after releasing a video of her engaging in sexual intercourse on her Instagram story. I'm certain that many of you that watched this video, you know that you saw it. I'm sure some of you guys searched it out. You know? Say, well, Charles, how do you know about it? Did you search it out? Absolutely I did. Why? Because I'm a content creator. My job is to get the information and report the news to you. Of course, I need to know these things. But that's not the point. The real point is, this is a 24-year-old young lady, right in the prime of her life. And you can see from where she's going and how she's moving that her life is ruined, man. It's ruined. She's ruining her life. And I will say to you ladies, I don't understand it, that you're willing to ruin your life. You're willing to ruin your life, literally, by making yourself available physically to anyone. It doesn't matter who it is. And then the ultimate error is that you give birth to a child when you become pregnant. So you're okay with allowing someone to shoot up the club. That's it, without no consequence. And then in turn, make the men that you chose to give access to your body the blame for the outcomes that you receive. I'm baffled to understand the mentality, the psychology behind that. How is that a good idea? How is that a good idea? And why do you think it's a good idea? Is the question. And how do you expect to get different results if you continue moving in this manner? How? How do you expect to get different results? The promises you can keep are not a good promise, because the promises that you can keep moving in this same manner is that you will die alone. Man. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you don't want to hear that. But that is the reality. That's the reality going forward. 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Many of you ladies can never, ever, and I want you to pay attention to me. I said ever, never, ever, ever, never hope to find a man that's going to take you serious if you are in fact moving in this manner, where you are moving loosely. You are in fact giving up the only thing that you control, which is access to your body and childbirth. And you're taking those two things that you control and you're just squandering them loosely with no responsibility at all. And then when your outcomes are not favorable, you become angry, triggered by content creators like myself or others who tell you the truth about how you're moving in an effort to get you to take a reverse reaction and do something different that could get you better reactions. Instead, what do? You get upset, you get angry, you get mad, you unsubscribe. You unsubscribe to the content creator that's trying to teach you. And I will tell you this, if you don't understand this, if you don't understand anything, understand what I'm about to say next. if the men, and as a disclaimer, I will tell you this: there are some men that are in these spaces that have these talking points. They could care less about getting you the results that you want. I am not that one. I have granddaughters. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful mother. I want to see you get the results that you want. But you have to be willing to take the medicine, no matter how bitter the medicine tastes. Because see, here's the thing. If you're unwilling to take the medicine, the information, the wishes and desires of what men want out of you, the requirements that men want out of you, then don't cry and don't scream and don't get upset. Don't say anything. Just be quiet and take your L. That you refuse to listen to anyone. You just simply refuse to listen to anyone. Who can tell the modern woman anything that she feels duty bound to listen to? Where is she? Who is she? Because in the current climate, you can't say anything to a woman. Ladies, under the sound of my voice, you know you have a hard time with a man telling you anything. You have a hard time with your husband, if you have one, telling you anything. You have a hard time with your significant other. For those of you that are in long-term relationships, you don't want to hear nothing your man got to say right now. If, in fact, it goes against the grain of what you currently believe, or what you currently desire, or what you currently want, you don't want to hear anything he has to say. You fight against everything. Ever learning, never coming into knowledge. This is the modern woman. You want better, but you don't understand how to define better as it relates to you. You want better, but you have no clue as to how to define what better means or what better looks like as it relates to you. So as a result, you fight everything you hear, and you avoid and close your eyes to everything you see. Because I will tell you this, everything that you have ever heard from any content creator as it relates to these talking points relative to the behavior, attitude, conduct, and what men want, be it fit, feminine, friendly, easy to get along with, cooperative, i.e. submissive. I know y'all ladies don't like that word. It simply means cooperative. You fight against every single thing I just said. You fight against it. Instead, what you choose to take as a guide and to take as viable information for you to live by is individuals like a Jada Pinkett or a Tia Mowry, who walked away from her husband, or many others that were in marriages that simply walked away for the silliest reasons. For the silliest reasons. This is what you choose to take as a guide. This is what you choose to take as a yardstick to guide your life with. And as a result, I'd like to ask you a question. Where's it gotten you? How much better have the results been for you by making that choice? They haven't been good. They haven't been good. I know they haven't been good. No matter what you say, and no matter what kind of career path you've taken, or how much income you've earned as a result of your career path, or what kind of car you drive, or the home you live in, no one really cares. No one really cares. Because the way we keep count as it relates to success in terms of family relationships, and community is based on marriage. Don't tell me how many dates you've been on. Like I've said in previous streams, dating is stupid. Dating only means one thing. Dating means sex. That's all it means. To a man, that's what it means. There is no man that's hungry enough, thirsty enough, in terms of what he wants to drink, that's willing to spend $50, $60, $100, $200, $300 to get that drink or to get that food to eat. A man can go anywhere to satisfy his thirst and to satisfy his hunger. Don't fool yourself. He's not taking you on a date for any other reason except for sex. It's a prelude to sex. That's what a date is. That's why it's stupid. You know, you say, well, how do I get to know a guy if I don't go out on a date? How am I supposed to get to know this guy? I'm glad you asked. You don't. To get the real results that you want, you have to be a wife already. He'll find you. He will find you. That's why the Bible says a man who findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. The question you have to always ask yourself is, are you a good thing? That's what you have to ask yourself. Are you a good thing? Forget about him. Forget about what you want to say about him. Forget that. You got to deal with yourself. Are you a good thing? That even if the bad thing that you may have right now dissolves, could you find the thing? Could you be found by the man who's marriage minded because you are a wife? Could you be found? Many of you ladies have gone through multiple relationships. Each one, you had a problem with each one. You have a reason for why each one dissolved. And each reason is always his fault. I want to ask you ladies a question, man. Is anything ever your fault? Ever? I want to know, is it ever your fault? Ever? Is that even possible? The promises you can keep in the current mindset of the modern woman is that you will die alone. You will never, and I mean ever, never, ever hope to be married or for a man to take you serious in your current mindset. Doesn't matter if you get mad at me. I don't care. You can get mad at me until you turn blue in the face. You can cry a river. It won't make a difference. Your outcomes will remain. You will have to understand what men are saying. You will have to accept what men are saying, whether you like it or not. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You were made for us and not the other way around. We were not made for you. You were made for us. The question you have to ask yourself is, what were you made for? You were made to be a helpmeet or a helpmate to a man. Help him do what? Help him do what? Help him do what, ladies? It goes so far beyond physical intercourse. Because I will tell you this, a man will tire very quickly of that. Very quickly of that. If that's all you bring. And stop saying you're the table. Every table stands on its own four legs. The only thing that makes the table valuable is that something is brought to the table. The table in and of itself is useless. So stop Stop it. Stop it. Stop saying you're the table. Because if that's all you are, then you're saying you're useless. Because a table is only useful if something's on it. Now that we got that out of the way, ladies, the current mind state is not going to get you any results except one. It'll be a promise that you can keep. The promise you can keep is that you will be alone for the rest of your life. And I'm going to tell you right now, ladies, I need you to pay attention. I need you to look at me. Look. Many of you will never, ever, ever be married. You'll be by yourself for the rest of your life. If, in fact, you don't break away from the current mindset. That's a fact. You don't have to like me saying it. It is the truth. It is the truth. You give your bodies to whomever, and then you bear children from whomever. Even though there's 33 plus ways to avoid pregnancy, 33 plus ways, and some even after pregnancy to avoid pregnancy in the future. So the whole idea of pregnancy and having childbirth was a mistake. Nobody's buying that. Let me let you in on something. Let me give you some game, a little bit. It takes 9 months of gestation before giving birth. If you go 9 months of gestation before giving birth, that was intentional. If you, in fact, found yourself intimate, unprotected, it was intentional. I'm going to tell you what a mistake is, in case you're confused as to what a real mistake is. A mistake is if I accidentally call your phone number when I meant to call someone else's phone number. That's a mistake. That's what's called a real mistake by definition. But simply to lay down, become intimate, knowing that you're unprotected, and then find yourself with child, and then going 9 months, and then giving birth. That's not a mistake. That's intentional. You meant to do it. You meant to do this. What am I saying to you? I'm telling you to rethink your thoughts so that you don't continue making the same mistakes. Like I've said in previous streams, stop listening to your single mother who probably made some of the same mistakes that you're about to make now if you haven't done it already. Stop listening to your single aunt, your single female cousin, your single female friends and co-workers, and stop listening to single women. What is it with you ladies that are so excited to listen to other women who are unsuccessful where relationships and marriage is concerned? You ladies love taking advice from women like this. I don't understand it. And then cry because your results are negative. Were you surprised? They should be negative. Look at who you're listening to. Look at what you're watching on television. Look at who you're admiring on television. I want you in your own mind as you watch my stream to think and ask yourself the question, what artist are you most admiring? What female artist? Are you a Cardi B admirer? Are you a Megan Thee Stallion admirer? Are you a Sexy Red admirer? Who exactly are you admiring? Who becomes your role model and the yardstick by which you govern your activities and your behavior? Who are you listening to that has you today, the modern woman, acting the way you act and still expecting better results? Who? Money won't change your outcomes. I promise you that. Don't get confused or deceived by the smoke screen of success where the female artist is concerned. Be it an actress, be it a rapper, be it a singer, R&B artist. Don't get deceived by the smoke screen of the deception based on their financial success, because that has nothing to do with you. Following their example, for those that are dysfunctional, you're in for a whirlwind of disappointment. You want to take an example after some artists, ladies. Who would I suggest? I would suggest artists like Angela Bassett. Yeah, I would say take an example after her. She's been happily married for years, and you don't hear nothing about their marriage in the media. She never tries or even attempts to disrespect or to embarrass her husband. Ever. Good example. But many of you ladies don't follow after that kind of example. You don't follow after the example of the woman who's married to Denzel Washington. Nah, you don't follow after her example either. Here's a woman you barely know what she looks like. That's how much she stays out of the media. She lets her husband shine. She don't try to make herself a spectacle in the public like Miss Jada Stinky. And if some of you ladies support Mrs. Jada, especially with her new book she just wrote called Worthy. Worthy of what? She's worthy of being single by herself, alone. That's what she's worthy of. So, I mean, she put the right title on the book. But she damn sure ain't worthy of having a husband. She's worthy of being by herself. For real. You know, I just feel bad for my man Will Smith. I don't understand this brother, man. What type of man even goes and deals with this kind of stuff, man? He's from a new thread of cloth, man. I really don't understand it. But these are the kind of women you ladies support, and these are the kind of women you ladies rally behind. The ones that could give you better outcomes. As an example, you don't support. You don't get behind. The same way you don't get behind these kind of talking points. You ladies really don't want the truth. You don't want the truth. You don't want to be helped. You don't want to be told. You don't want to be taught. You don't want to learn anything from anyone, especially a man. Women in general, black women in particular, you certainly don't want to hear anything from a black man. At all. Not even your own husbands that you may currently have, or your significant others that you may currently have. Where's your husband? Where is the man that's checking for you for marriage? Where is he? And are you a wife? The promises you can keep in your current state and your current mindset is that you will die alone. That is the promise you can keep. In your current state and in your current mindset, there are no other promises that you can keep. And it's sad. It really is sad. It's sad. It's sad. Because everywhere you go, in every community that you live in, you know that what I'm saying is correct. You don't see marriages. No. You don't see families. No. You don't see male and female walking down the street holding hands, married, functional, healthy relationships. You don't see it now. You don't see that. You don't see that. And you know, sadly, what's really sad is that the older generation that should have been the foundation to teach young women what to do, how to behave, how to act, curb their conduct as it relates to relationships and marriage, and prepare them properly so that they wouldn't have to go into the same abyss of failure that many of the older generation has gone into. Instead, what happened is the older generation failed their daughters. And young ladies, women, between the ages of 20 and 25, under the sound of my voice, many of you have been failed already. You've been failed already. And the way you think, you believe it's correct. That's what's really sad. You believe it's correct. You believe you've been taught properly. You've been fooled. You've been lied to. And society continues to perpetuate the lie through media, through videos, through entertainment, OnlyFans, and all the other platforms that help to fortify, solidify, and confirm the mindset. The promises you can keep is that under the current mindset, if you possess this same mindset, is that you will die alone. That's the reality. That's the reality. And if you don't care, okay, fine. I've said in other streams, there's not a man on the planet that will argue or fight or wrestle with you to get you to think any different. No. Because if every man married every woman on the planet right now, there would still be 2 million women left alone unmarried. Why should any one man be concerned if you decide you don't want to listen? I want you to ask this. I want you to do the math for those of you that are mathematicians. I'm going to say it again. If every man married every woman on the planet right now, there would still be 2 million women left unmarried. Why? Because you ladies outnumber us 11-1, 20-1. You get the point. Why would any one man be concerned if you decide you don't care? No. But while there's still time for many of you, you have these kind of talking points and you have these kind of platforms with men that are concerned at telling you the truth, not to put you down, not to make you necessarily feel bad. And I will tell you this, there is no man that can make you feel anything. If you feel bad from these talking points, or if you feel some type of way because of these kind of talking points, it's not me that's doing it. And it's not any other content creator that's doing it. It's the fact that these talking points are touching home with you. Why get in your feelings? Why get so triggered to where the talking points can't even help you? And I will say this, there are many ladies out there that want to be helped because they know they've been lied to. They know it. They know their mother lied to them. They know their auntie lied to them. They know their grandparents. They know that their friends lied to them. They know. Many of you ladies got friends right now. You got a bunch of friends right now. All of them are single. You guys go on hot girls summer trips. You go on cruises together. You go on girls night out, girls weekend out, and you know that every single one of your friends are single as French toast, and you know it. You know it. You know it. You know you went to college. Some of you that go into college, you know why you in college. You know Becky and Marisol, and everybody who did not reflect your color, did not share your color or your ethnicity. You know that they were getting married while you were in college or shortly thereafter. I'm talking to women in general, black women in particular. Listen and stop fighting and arguing and getting triggered by every talking point. Listen and understand that the talking points are not to hurt you. The talking points are to help us both. Why? Because we want you, but your current mind state says that you don't want us. Irregardless, outside of our money, outside of our success, but do you want the man That's the question. The promises that you can keep in your current mind state is that you will die alone. That's a fact. And I'm saying you will never be married. There is no man that will ever take you serious. Not enough to keep you. No, he'll date you. He'll have sex with you, but he will never take you serious enough to keep you. I need you ladies to understand this. Get out of your delusion and thinking that when you date, it means you've gained something. You've gained nothing from a date. A date is just a date. That's all it is. Where is the concrete information that you need as a woman that determines whether you end up going into your future as you age out with a man in your life to share your life with? Where is that information in a date? And do you even ask the right questions, ladies, before you go on a date? Or do you simply just go on a date because you're looking for a free meal and perhaps a few dates that will garnish you a brand new pocketbook or a brand new pair of shoes or getting your hair done or your nails done or a new outfit? What is it really about? Like, what are your goals? What's your focus when you come in contact with a man? What is it really all about? Is there at any point, is it serious enough that you're looking at relationship? At what point does it become serious enough that it's about you going into your future? Or is it simply about having a good time today, having a good time right now, getting what you can gain out of it, and that's it? And that's it. And then you ransom your body in return for a new pocketbook. You ransom your body in return for a new hairdo. You ransom your body in return for your nails getting done. Or you ransom your body in return for a new pair of shoes or clothes or pocketbook. You understand what I'm saying? What is the price for you? What is the price for you? And what will it take for you ladies to take relationships serious? Stop dealing with Pookie, Nug Nug, Killer Mike. You give yourself away to the worst kind of guy. And then when he gives you the worst outcome, you get upset. What do you expect to happen with the current mind state that you're holding on to, that you're believing is true, that you're believing is right? What do you think the outcomes are going to be going forward into the future? Because I will tell you, ladies, you're aging out. We're all aging out. Do you understand that? We're all aging out. However young you are today, it's not going to be how young you will be in the future. No. 5 years from now, what does it look like for you? 10 years from now, what does it look like for you? 15 years from now, what does it look like for you? The promises you can keep under the current mind state, if you don't change, means that you will die alone. That's what it means. Irregardless of your education, irregardless of your financial status, irregardless of the kind of car you drive or the kind of home you live in. Reality doesn't care about it. Reality really truly doesn't care about your materialistic gains. It really doesn't. Reality is you getting into old age with someone that you could end your life with. That's reality. That's real reality. Because at the end, you can't take anything that you've gained in this life with you. You can take nothing with you. Why put so much precedence on it? Why put so much priority on it. You can't take it with you. You can't take your accolades with you. You can't take your degrees with you. You can't take your car with you. You can't take your house with you. You can't take anything with you that you've gained in this life. But what you can finish this life with is something that meant more than all of the materialistic things that you've gained. But you'll never see it until you get out of the mindset that you're currently in. The modern woman has a promise that only she can keep. And that promise is that she will die alone if she doesn't change her direction in terms of how she thinks. That's a fact. I am your host, Charles Chemis of Let's Talk About It Now. I thank you for getting on the stream tonight. Hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Get this information out. Some of you have daughters that need to hear this kind of information. Whether you be a man or a woman, some of you have daughters and nieces and female cousins or female friends and associates that you know that may need to hear this information. If it's not important to you, okay. For those of you that find value in what I said, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Again, shout out to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you. I thank you. I'm going to be working very hard to get content regularly out to you. But I do appreciate you for your support. You also can support the channel by way of Cash App, capital C, capital G, 4033. And with that being said, I thank you again, and we are out. Have a good night, folks.